Hello. Well, aren't you going to invite me in? No, I suppose not. Apologies. Elaine Arcania. A pleasure to finally meet you. Don't bother. I already know who you are. I have an important matter to discuss with you. One that dates back 28 years ago. And one that I would preferably like to talk with you about inside. Look, I promise I'm not here to hurt you, if that's what you're worried about, little one. None of your material belongings have any importance to me. I'm just here to talk. You have quite a grand home. Don't be silly. I didn't sneak into your property, little one. It doesn't take a mind reader to know what you're thinking at the moment. Relax. That amount of tension in your body is probably bad for you. You look like you're going to bolt. Your servants let me in. Yes, him. Whatever you call him. Driver, butler. You know, I commend the security in your home. I walked along this neighborhood a few times. This home was the one with the best security measures. Large iron gates, cameras in all corners. But doors are never locked for a face you trust. Watch. Surprised? People tend to be when they come face to face with their doppelgangers. Doors never stay locked for the master of the house. Perfect, isn't it? Down to the very last little freckle on your pretty little nose. Don't bother shouting. I already sent them all away before I entered. Shapeshifting. It's a talent I've been born with. It comes in handy, especially when trying to find someone who doesn't want to be found. Your mother seemed to have lived a great life in this world. Was she an actress? Guess not. She never did like being in the limelight. I do know your mother. A friend? Not really, no. Oh, you don't believe me? How about this? I knew she was tall, with naturally long black hair, before she dyed it blonde. She lived in the countryside before moving to the suburbs, and she had a mole under her right eye. Perhaps. Perhaps anyone could find that out, if they're persistent enough. But I also knew she was the kind of woman who scratched her chin when she was thinking, who puts half a teaspoon of caramel in her coffee every day, and whose comfort food is strawberries dipped in chocolate syrup. Satisfied? Do you mind if I put down my bag? I just want to get comfortable. I have a feeling this is going to be a long night. To answer your question, yes, I did know your mother, long before she had you. She was my senior by a few years. I knew her only from what I heard. We weren't really close, but I knew her just as well. I was sorry to hear her passing. She was a great woman. No, I didn't come just to talk about your mother. However, she does play a big part in what I'm going to tell you. Did your mother ever did anything that you would consider odd? You know, like maybe she would move heavy objects with no problem whatsoever. No? Strange. Are you sure? Think again. Ah, you hesitated. So there is. So once when you were a small child, huh? And you convinced yourself you were imagining it. Wow. Let me get straight to the point. Listen, little one. Your mother was no ordinary human. She was an enchanter. I believe your kind has taken to calling us witches. Witches, sorcerers, mages. I wonder what it is now. Ugh. However, in our kind, we call ourselves enchanters. Enchanters are us, people who possess magical abilities through nothing but their own powers. You've already seen mine. I'm a first-class shapeshifter. I can turn into anyone I want, as long as I know what they look like. Many people believe that each enchanter has an ability unique to their own. But once you delve into our colony, you realize that many of us possess similar, if not the same powers. Two people can both have exceptional strength. But while one can lift a dozen buildings, the other could single-handedly carry Mount Fuji. Some people are just born with stronger powers. And your mother, well, she was in a class of her own. You see, little one, your mother could move anything solely with her mind. And you don't realize how rare that is. In a colony where you are judged on the rarity and strength of your powers, many mind arts are thought to be lost, if only because most people who have them are born thousands of years apart. And telekinesis? Before her, the last enchanter who had the power of telekinesis existed more than 2,000 years ago. She was hailed a prodigy. Everyone respected her every step. That was until she disappeared 28 years ago, never to be heard from again. That is why I'm here. No, I'm not here to find your mother, little one. I came here to find you. Look, there's no easy way to say this. And I figure you're the kind of person who appreciates the truth without any bull. Our colony is in trouble. And normally, our team of protectors are tasked with eliminating the threat. But we need help. Now, this information is highly confidential. I am forbidden to tell you anything until you promise to cooperate. But, to make a long story short, the colony is on the brink of war. A war that could compromise the lives of thousands of enchanters. If the other side wins, it's bad. Not just for the colony, but for the world. We need all the help we can get. We need you. Why you? Well, I should have expected you to know sooner or later. You, little one, are one of us. An enchanter.